Now it's time for interesting fact time. Do you know that you don't need to keep on drawing number lines to round numbers? Maybe you have noticed this already in our past examples, but you can just look at the digit next to the one we would like to round. When you do that, just remember this rhyme. 0 to 4, don't add more. 5 to 9, add one time. And we do this to the digit that we are rounding. Let's try using this technique on the following numbers below. Remember, we look at the digit to the right of what we want to round, and then we see if it's 0 to 4, and then we don't add more, or 5 to 9, and then we add one time. Let's consider our first number, 4,788. So we're looking for the nearest thousand. That means this digit in the thousands place. So what we do is we look at the digit to its right, which is 7. And then we look at this rhyme. 0 to 4, don't add more. 5 to 9, add one time. So since 7 is between 5 to 9, what we do is we add one time to the place that we are rounding. So 4 becomes 5. So now we know that the nearest thousand to our number is 5, and then we convert the rest of the places into 0. So that's our answer, 5,000. Let's have the next number. So the thousands place is this one, which has a digit 2. So using this technique, what we do is we look at the digit to the right, which is 4, and then we follow this rhyme. 0 to 4, don't add more. 5 to 9, add one time. So since 4 is within 0 to 4, that means we don't add more. We retain this place, which is 2. So that's 2, we don't add more, and we replace the rest of the places to the right to zeros, and then we retain the places to the left. That's 2 and 6. So the answer to finding the nearest thousands to our number is 262,000. Let's go to the next number. So 8 is in the thousands place. What we do is we look at the digit to the right, which is 7, and we follow this rhyme. 0 to 4, don't add more. 5 to 9, add one time. So since 7 is within 5 to 9, that means we have to add one time to the digit that we are rounding. So 8 becomes 9. So the nearest thousands for this number is, let's put the 9, comma, and let's replace the rest of the places with 0. And then we consider the digits to the left. That's 1, 4, and 5. So the answer is 1,459,000. And last is this number. So the thousands place has a digit of 5. Again, we look at the digit to the right, and that is 3. Remembering our rhyme, 0 to 4, don't add more. Since 3 is within 0 to 4, that means we don't add more to the place that we are rounding. So we retain it as 5. Let's write 5 here, comma. Let's convert the rest of the digits to the right into zeros. And then we consider the places to the left. We have 59,4. So the answer to the nearest thousands for our number is 50,945,000. Now let's try using this technique on numbers that have the digit 9. Remember to be careful with rounding the digit 9 and always see if your answer makes sense in the number line. So for the first number, we are being asked to round to the nearest hundreds place. So what we do is we look at the digit to the right, and that is 7. Since 7 is within 5 to 9, then that means that we have to add one time. So 9 becomes 10. But again, there's a rule that if our digit exceeds 9, then we have to go back to 0 and then add 1 to the digit to the left, which makes this 3. And then we just copy the rest of the digits to its left. And we convert the rest of the digits to the right into zeros. So the answer to rounding 12,971 to the nearest hundreds is 13,000. Now let's solve the next number. We are being asked to round this number to the nearest thousands. So again, we'll look at the digit to its right, which is 8. And remembering the rhyme, 5 to 9, add one time. So since 8 is within 5 to 9, that means we have to add one time to the place that we are rounding. So 9 becomes 10. But again, we have exceeded the digit 9, so we have to go back to 0 and then add 1 to the place to the left. So 1 plus 1, that becomes 2. And then we convert the rest of the digits to the right into zeros. So the answer to rounding this number to the nearest thousands is 20,000. And then last is we are being asked to round 395,570 to the nearest 10,000s. So again, we look at the digit to the right of the place that we are being asked to round. And since it's 5, and remembering the rhyme, 5 to 9, add one time, that means we have to add one time to 9, which makes it into 10. But again, whenever we exceed the digit 9, we have to go back to 0 and then add 1 to the digit to the left. So 3 plus 1 becomes 4. And then we just change the rest of the digits to the right into zeros. So the answer to this problem of rounding this number to the nearest 10 thousandths is 400,000.